Namaste. Welcome to Steadfast. The practice is 3 parts. First is intention setting, second is mobility, and third is meditative state. We'll begin for about 5 minutes of the total 30-minute practice in intention setting. So it can be an existing intention or a new intention that we cultivate. Thanking your body and your mind for showing up. And know that the intention can be as deep or as simple as needed. Something that can be helpful during the recognition of the intention is how the perspective of the intention can be an additional tool set to serve. So it's a way of modifying the intention for exactly the moment, yet staying grounded in the outline of the intention. In other words, it's easy to recognize and it's fit for the present moment because with perspective it can be modified. Bring some movement to the seat, or if you're not already in a seat, then find a seat. This practice may also be standing, yet I'll be guiding from a seated pose for the beginning. We'll start in Sufi grind, bringing the chest forwards and in a circular motion that is the shape that the torso is moving in. Leaning backwards and repeat, but also going to the sides. So it's sort of like spinal flexation, but in a 360-degree motion. Let the crown of the head be an extension of the spine, meaning that it shouldn't stifle the movement. So no energy gets trapped in the neck, but the neck just moves as the torso torso is directing it to. And we'll move in the opposite direction. And take some stillness. Drop one ear to its nearby shoulder and breathe into the side of the neck. Letting both shoulders relax. And drop the chin to the chest. Opening the back of the neck. And then bring the second ear to its respective shoulder. A stretch in the second side of the neck. And breathe. And drop the back of the head towards the spine, opening the front of the neck. And let's center. Shake the head no. Lightly shake the head yes. Let's come to all fours. Also called table. And we'll flow again with the spine in cat-cow. So dropping the head and lifting the spine, and then arching in the opposite direction by dropping the belly, lifting the chin. Micro bend the elbows. Before we get into some balance, let's come to hero, meaning a seat on the thighs or on the calves. And we'll take a little bit of love for the wrists. Just kneading or massaging the fingertips and the palms. Notice what's going on in the knuckles or even in the forearms. Just as a check-in. And switch sides if you haven't already. So each side can be active in the massage, or there can be a dominant side in rotation. Just being curious about what's going on in the extremities. Winter, if this is when you're practicing, it seems to be a challenging time for the hands. Although with hand washing practices, it's often a challenge for the hands in terms of staying hydrated and staying healthy. And we'll come back to table. So let's go for about a minute in balancing table, meaning one leg lifts and one arm lifts. If you can, it's the opposite, like as in the opposite arm or the opposite sides are lifted. So maybe left arm, right leg, or opposite, right arm and left leg. We're about halfway through this side of the pose. Bringing integrity to the spine so the chin is tucked. The extremities can be moving. If it feels good to roll the ankle or the wrist, or do a little bit of knee bending, elbow bending. Let's neutralize at table. Take a break off the other wrist in hero. And in about 20 seconds, we'll do the other side. Come back to the intention. Approach table. And balance on the second side. We'll be here for about 60 seconds. About 10 more seconds in the pose. Okay, come to neutral table. Walking a bit forward, and then let the sit bones be on the ground, and bring the feet forward for about 60 seconds. Not yet, but in about 15, we're gonna go to boat pose for a little core activation. So prepare by getting grounded in the sit bones at the tailbone, and lift the shins, lifting the heels so the calves are parallel with the earth and the arms are lifted. They can be at the heart, they can be above the head. Do modify as needed. We are about 2/3 of the way through this pose. So if you can, bring the chest closer to the knees. Relax the shoulders. And neutralize in Sukhasana easy pose. Breathe. We'll prepare for another round of boat. In about 10 seconds, we'll get there. This time, let's hold for 90. So lift to boat. And just focus on the breath or the intention. We're about 1/3 of the way through this portion of the pose. Over 2/3 of the way. More seconds. All right, let's find the staff pose. Meaning that the legs are out in front, not much bend in the knees. We're going to take forward folds and undulate. Bring the palms down onto the ground where the nails are facing the torso. And then leaning forwards with the chin. When you found a limit, then fold, opening up the back of the spine, and lift, and repeat. Find a pattern with the breath, so that this movement can be extra rejuvenating. And next time, upright. Bend the legs and bring them to the side, coming forward like a table. We're going to come into child's pose for 60 seconds. Come upright, back to table. Finding a low lunge. So bring one foot forwards and then lift the palms up above the head. It should feel like an opening in the front of the back thigh. Come to a modified warrior two, opening up towards the same side as the back leg. Neutralize at center, facing forward with the palms up above the head. Plant the palms both inside of the feet or the front foot, so coming into lizard. Just a few breaths, opening up the front hip. You can have some movement. Ensure that the spine is long so that meaning that the chin is tucked. And then we'll bring in a runner's stretch. So center the front heel directly in front of the body. And maybe move forwards and backwards as the toes come closer and farther away. Just finding a little opening and adjusting that. Meaning it doesn't have to be a long hold, it can just be a little bit of exercise for that muscle. And return to table. Let's come off the wrists into hero. Check in again with the hands and the wrists, the forearms, see what's going on. Table to low lunge. Palms above the head. and warrior 2 modified. Relax the shoulders from the ears. Relax the kneecaps. And center. Take a deep breath. Exhale to lizard pose. Just a few breaths. Regaining integrity if it was lost in the spine. And a hamstring or runner's stretch. Another few breaths here. Come back to table. A round of cat-cow. Low lunge, that first side again. Modified warrior 2. Neutralize. And lizard. Hamstring stretch. Neutral table. Second side of low lunge. Modified warrior 2. Neutralize. Lizard. Hamstring stretch. Table. A round of cat-cow. This time in reverse order. So start with hamstring stretch. To lizard. Feels a little more challenging. To low lunge. This time, not warrior 2. Let's do a twist. So go to the opposite side. Same sort of movement as warrior 2. The arms are opening and the chest is facing one side of the body. Neutralize. And 2 Armanasana or table. Second side hamstring stretch. Lizard. Low lunge. Twist. Low lunge. And table. Let's find a seat. I'll be in hero. Coming to a meditative state for a few minutes. Again, with gratitude to the body and the mind, with intention. Slowly lift the corners of the mouth, reawakening from the meditative state. How steadfast will help to be with the intention more so often that it becomes really natural to return to the intention when, if for any reason, it's neglected or forgotten. So thank you for being part of the intention, the mobility, the meditative state, and I hope to see you again. Namaste.